pierced onto a rugged tree.
So for Rugged Tree, I had this chorus.
Yep.
Came fairly quickly, and it's, you know, as you know, it just talks about the importance of remembering the cross. And I had this chorus, and I had some verses that I didn't like. So I called upon my friend Rob here, who's much smarter than me, to help me out. So I guess I should rewind a little bit. This is a song that we wanted for our church to have for Easter, which was upcoming. So we obviously want to talk about the importance, the significance of the cross, and the role that it plays in our daily walk with Christ and choosing daily to follow Him.
Yeah. But I remember when he called me and he showed me this what he had so far. I mean, obviously I was kind of hooked. Yeah, and then when we were recording the album itself, we kind of already had most of the lyrics together, and the guy who helped engineer the album, he noticed that it would be great if there were a few more bars, a few more words in this one little section, but obviously we hadn't written those yet. So Chris and I, that day, we decided to come back here, get a little bit of coffee, and
this is, of course, after we painstakingly labored over each line for hours.
Yes.
And then he says, "Hey, just go write another verse real quick before we
we'll pop one in.
Before we track it." So
yeah, but I honestly, I like the way it came out. I think it's some of
the
best lines that we have in the song. It's the one about the veil. No veil is left between. So I think there's some artistry to that.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, my friend.
Hey, kudos to you.
Dwell upon the cross, to reflect upon the price He paid for us. It is good for me to dwell upon the cross. Oh, that rugged tree gives me victory.
So Rugged Tree went through many song titles.
Yes, it did.
Because I have commitment issues, for one.
Yeah, just a little bit.
That was my wife.
Yeah, I'm glad she knows that. And he usually selects the better one, but I like to rebuttal quite often. So
yeah,
I forget some of them. I know one of them was Rugged Tree, one of them was Rugged Cross. Dwell was my bent because
Dwell
I'm artsy.
upon the cross.
Dwell upon the cross. I was stubborn, but the victor came out and it wound up being the Rugged Tree, right? Is that what it's called now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought it came out really good. Chris has got a gift, obviously, in songwriting, and I love the fact that you were bringing focus to this. So, and the cross, as we talk about, we couldn't reconcile that, so Jesus did. He came down to earth. He filled that gap, and the cross in particular, that moment on Calvary, when sovereignty is in full scope, humanity is on display, and there's this beautiful collide. And God reconciles this gap with only what He can do, and it's through the sacrifice on the cross. And so it's just so poignant for me that I'm always looking back for that. I know even like you were mentioning about the daily reflection of that matters.
And that's what we tried to convey in the cross, is the importance of looking back and remembering the cross. It is good for me to dwell upon the cross, but then also at the same time in the song, we put it into this present tense where it's like holy is the Lamb who was slain, and worthy is the highest praise. That's our response here today as we look back and remember the cross and dwell on it.